China's story is one of the most extraordinary and enduring journeys in human history, a civilization that began thousands of years ago along the fertile banks of the Yellow River and evolved into one of the most powerful nations of the modern world. Long before the rise of Western empires, early Chinese societies were developing agriculture, bronze tools, and systems of governance that laid the foundations for dynastic rule. The Xiaoshang and Zhou dynasties shaped early political order and cultural identity, while the Zhou period gave birth to influential philosophies that still echo today, especially the teachings of Confucius, who emphasized discipline, respect, moral duty, and harmony in society, and Laozi, whose Taoist philosophy encouraged balance with nature and inner peace. These intellectual traditions became pillars of Chinese civilization, shaping leadership, family structure, and education for centuries. The first great unification of China came under the Qin dynasty in 221 BCE, when Qin Shi Huang consolidated warring states into a centralized empire, standardized currency and writing, and initiated construction of the Great Wall to defend against northern invasions. Though his rule was strict and controversial, it marked the birth of imperial China. The Han dynasty followed and ushered in a golden age of stability, innovation, and expansion, establishing the Silk Road trade network that connected China to Central Asia, the Middle East, and Ibn Rami, spreading silk, paper, and porcelain while welcoming Buddhism into Chinese spiritual life. Even when dynasties fell and internal divisions arose, the idea of a unified China remained strong, and the Temps dynasty later revived prosperity with cultural brilliance, global trade, and a cosmopolitan capital, Chang'an, while the Song dynasty introduced revolutionary technologies such as gunpowder printing and the magnetic compass, inventions that would later transform the world. In the 13th century, the Mongols conquered China and established the Yuan dynasty under Kublai Khan, integrating China into a vast Eurasian empire. But after their fall, the Ming dynasty restored Han Chinese rule, strengthened maritime exploration through the voyages of Admiral Zhang He, and reinforced the Great Wall as a symbol of protection and sovereignty. The Qing dynasty, founded by the Manchus, became the last imperial dynasty and expanded China's territory significantly. Yet by the 19th century, the empire faced internal corruption, population pressures, and external aggression from Western powers during conflicts such as the Opium Wars, which forced unequal treaties and weakened China's sovereignty, while massive internal rebellions further destabilized the nation. In 1911, the Qing dynasty collapsed, ending over 2,000 years of imperial rule and giving rise to the Republic of China. But political instability, warlordism, and rivalry between nationalists and communists prevented unity, and Japan's invasion in the 1930s brought devastation and suffering during the Second Sino-Japanese War. After World War II, civil war resumed until 1949, when Mao Zedong declared the founding of the People's Republic of China, initiating a new era of communist rule characterized by sweeping land reforms, industrial campaigns, and ideological movements such as the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, which aimed to rapidly transform society but also caused widespread hardship and disruption. Following Mao's death, Deng Xiaoping emerged as a pragmatic leader who redirected China's path through economic reforms, opening markets to foreign investment, establishing special economic zones, encouraging private enterprise, and gradually integrating China into the global economy while maintaining political control under the Communist Party. These reforms triggered one of the fastest economic transformations in history, lifting hundreds of millions out of poverty, expanding manufacturing, and turning cities like Shenzhen and Shanghai into global economic hubs. China's succession to the World Trade Organization in 2001 accelerated its role as a central force in global trade. And over the following decades, the nation invested heavily in infrastructure, high-speed rail, renewable energy, digital technology, and scientific research, while companies such as Huawei, Alibaba, and Tencent expanded international influence and innovation. At the same time, China pursued ambitious global initiatives such as the Belt and Road Initiative to strengthen trade connections across Asia, Africa, and Europe, echoing the ancient Silk Road in modern form, and advanced rapidly in space exploration with lunar missions and its own space station. Today, China stands as the world's second-largest economy and a key player in global politics, military strategy, and technological advancement, rapid modernization with deeply rooted cultural traditions that continue to shape identity through festivals like Lunar New Year, reverence for ancestors, classical art, and enduring Confucian values. Despite challenges such as environmental pressures, demographic shifts, and complex international relations, China's resilience lies in its long historical memory and capacity for adaptation. Having survived invasions, internal turmoil, and dramatic political shifts while preserving a continuous cultural thread stretching back millennia, from ancient dynasties and philosophical wisdom to imperial grandeur, revolutionary upheaval, and economic resurgence, China's journey from fragmented states to unified empire, from isolation to global engagement, and from poverty to superpower status represents one of humanity's most remarkable transformations. A story defined by endurance, reinvention, and an unwavering pursuit of national strength that continues to shape the 21st century and the future of the global order.